everyone, and thank you for tuning in to my podcast with David F. Anderson Sr. Please like and share every episode. Your voice makes a difference. By spreading the word, you help us reach more people and raise awareness about dyslexia. Together, we all make a difference.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us on my podcast. I'm the host, David F. Anderson Sr. Co-hosts tonight are Carol Stevens, Linda Clark, Ralph Thomas, and Richard White. We've got a great show planned for you tonight. A lot of stuff to discuss. So, once again, thanks for joining us.
David has an exciting episode lined up for us today, and I'm thrilled you're tuning in. Our first topic is the origin of dyslexia, a subject that affects millions, yet is often misunderstood. Let's start with where dyslexia comes from. Research from organizations such as the International Dyslexia Association and the Yale Center for Dyslexia and Creativity indicates that about 80% of cases of dyslexia are inherited. So, if you or someone in your family has dyslexia, studies suggest there's around 60% chance it could be passed to your children. The remaining cases, roughly 20%, are influenced by environmental factors. These can include things like prenatal exposure to toxins, premature birth, and early childhood experiences such as limited access to books or language-rich environments. To give you a sense of how common dyslexia is, estimates from the National Institutes of Health indicate that up to 20% of Americans, that's about 1 in 5 people, or approximately 45 million individuals, show signs of dyslexia or a related learning difference. In a typical classroom, that means you might find 3 or 4 students who face these challenges every day. Here on our podcast, David and all of us believe it's time to break the silence. Dyslexia isn't something that can be cured, but there is help, and it starts with understanding and support. We invite you to join the conversation, share your experiences, and help us make a difference together.
I just wanted to share something about David's books. Every book features a disclaimer explaining that it was written by someone with dyslexia. David includes this in each one. He is upfront about not being a professional and acknowledges that there will be mistakes throughout. David believes that every error adds character to his work because those imperfections are an authentic part of who he is. For instance, a misspelled word or an unusual sentence structure isn't just an error. It's a reminder of David's unique voice and journey. He says, "I can't take dyslexia out of me, and I certainly can't take it out of my books either." Many readers have shared that David's honesty inspires them to embrace their own challenges, making his books not just stories, but sources of encouragement. His openness not only strengthens his sense of identity as an author but also creates a powerful emotional connection with readers. Here are the first few pages of just about any one of his books. Disclaimer: before you read any further, you should understand. I have dyslexia. It is a learning disability. I have no training in writing at all. Everything in this book, from cover to cover, is me. I am the writer, editor, and cover designer, and I am in charge of sales. My stories come to me like little movies. When I write, I see scenes unfold in my mind, so my storytelling often focuses on imagery and action, almost as if you were watching a film. That is the only point of view from which I can write. This style allows me to write. It is an easy-to-follow style. I sincerely thank you for reading my story, and I hope you enjoy the experience through my eyes. Understanding: it can be difficult for people to truly grasp what my dyslexia is like. This is especially true because dyslexia affects each person differently. I want to share what living with dyslexia is like for me personally. To help explain, I often think of the movie 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. In the film, Drew's character experiences short-term memory loss after a car accident. While my dyslexia doesn't cause memory loss like hers, it does make it very challenging for me to remember names and dates. Letters and numbers tend to jumble on the page when I read or write, which can be very frustrating. For example, I could meet you today, have lunch, we could have a great conversation. I will remember everything we talked about, what we ordered, and even what the building looked like inside, but not your name. I tend to remember outfits, but I will forget your names and the dates we met. When reading or writing, letters and numbers often jumble or shift around, especially numbers. For example, when I fill out forms or try to remember phone numbers, I have to double-check everything because the digits often switch places in my mind. This means I have to be extra careful, and tasks that seem simple to others can take much more time and attention from me. I hope this explanation helps you understand my perspective and the topics I discuss in this book. Thank you for taking the time to read about my experience with dyslexia.
You will find that in every one of David's books, he doesn't try to hide his dyslexia, and David uses the profits from their sales to keep spreading the word about dyslexia. If you like, type his name in your browser right now, davidfandersonsr.com. You will go right to his website, with a link to the book on Amazon. Don't waste another minute. While you're there, check out his blog and make fun of his picture if you like. Showing your support by buying a book at davidfandersonsr.com.
Amazon manages the entire book sale process for us. To buy a book, visit David's website at davidfandersonsr.com. Click on the book you want. David doesn't handle any orders. Amazon takes care of everything. Choose Growing Up with Dyslexia, The Ice Virus, or Blue on Blue, and buy a book today. Your support helps bring dyslexia into the spotlight and makes a real difference.
If you have dyslexia, or you know someone who has dyslexia, the very first tool should be speechified. Doesn't matter what level it is that you discover they have dyslexia, speechified. That's the first tool that you have to get. It will change their life from the beginning. Or it will change your life. Either way, the first tool that goes in your toolbox has to be speechified. It was the greatest thing that there is. It will read everything to you. Want to read your email? Want to learn how to do something on a web page? You want a how-to book? You want to read the news, your social media posts? No matter what it is, you want to read your book for you in school. You want to read a story. Everything. You're in college. You need it. You can simply scan and it will read everything to you. I can't stress it enough. If you have dyslexia, the very first tool that you have to put in your toolbox is speechify. And there's a reason it's so important. The gentleman who created it had dyslexia. He understood that that was the most important thing that you needed, to be able to read and write. And that gives it to you. It gives it to you instantly. This is the way to go. It will read it to you. It will level the playing field instantly from the beginning.
Speechify, empowering those with dyslexia through innovative technology. Cliff Weitzman knows firsthand the challenges of living with severe dyslexia. During his college years, he struggled to keep up with traditional reading and coursework, which inspired him to develop Speechify, a software tool designed to make reading accessible for everyone. What began as a personal solution quickly evolved into a powerful resource now recognized by Forbes among the world's most successful companies, helping individuals with dyslexia, ADHD, and other learning disabilities regain confidence and independence. How Speechify works. Accessible reading through text-to-speech. At the heart of Speechify is advanced text-to-speech technology. Users simply open the app on their device, scan any printed text or digital document, and Speechify instantly converts the written words into clear, natural-sounding audio. The software is specifically engineered for ease of use, with intuitive controls and adjustable reading speeds tailored for those with reading challenges. This seamless conversion allows users to focus on comprehension without the frustration of decoding text, making learning more enjoyable and less stressful. Evidence of effectiveness. Proven impact on learning. Numerous user testimonials and independent studies highlight Speechify's transformative impact. For instance, a recent survey found that 87% of users reported improved reading comprehension and reduced anxiety when using Speechify regularly. Parents have praised the app for helping their children not only stay on track academically but also rediscover the joy of reading. One parent shared, "My daughter went from dreading her homework to actually looking forward to reading time. Speechify has truly changed our lives." Educators note that students who use Speechify often show increased participation and confidence in class, further supporting its positive effects. Impact on users, empowerment and independence. For individuals with dyslexia and similar learning disabilities, Speechify is more than just a tool. It's a gateway to empowerment. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or isolated, users can access information, engage with educational content, and pursue their goals with renewed self-assurance. The app's flexibility means it can be used at school, at home, or on the go, ensuring support is always available when it's needed most. Benefits for children in school. Leveling the playing field. Dyslexia can make school especially challenging, often leading to isolation and falling behind peers. While there is no cure for dyslexia, Speechify helps level the playing field by providing children with the tools they need to keep up with classroom demands. By supporting reading and writing skills, Speechify helps prevent the discouragement and withdrawal that many students experience. With this software, children aren't left behind. They're given an equal opportunity to succeed. Imagine a child who once hesitated to pick up a book now eagerly listening as Speechify reads aloud, their curiosity and confidence reignited. For families and educators seeking a solution, Speechify offers hope and tangible results, proving that with the right support, every learner can thrive.
Take it from someone who suffers with dyslexia. Speechify is the first tool in that toolbox. It is the one tool that's going to change everything. You want to learn how to do Microsoft and you have dyslexia, you need Speechify to read everything to you. You want to build a website, you want to do anything. This is the first thing you have to get in that toolbox. It is a game changer. It made it possible for me to be able to do the things that I'm doing right now today. It all started right there. That was the game. Before that, the only thing I had was my little Samsung Galaxy phone. I used that. That was my go-to. Then Speechify comes along and changes everything. You have to go with Speechify. You have to get you Speechified. You have to get your loved ones Speechified. Look, I'm not getting paid to endorse these guys. Not that I wouldn't accept the money. I would take it right now. But the endorsements have nothing to do with anything that you hear me talk about. I'm talking about it from the heart because I have dyslexia and I understand it. Speechified makes a difference. Microsoft makes a difference. Amazon makes a difference. Canvel, Grammarly, all of them, they make a difference in my life. And not one of them are my sponsor, or have I even contacted them. I'm simply telling you about them because it works in my life. And it will work in your life or someone else's life. It's important. Start off with Speechified. Even if you don't have dyslexia, you have to get Speechified. It would change your life. Can you imagine? You want to read a book, you simply scan it, and Speechified reads the book to you, brings it up and reads it to you. You can select Speechified, you can select whose voice you want to read that to you. Like I said, they would change your life. Speechify will change your life. I'm not being endorsed by anyone right now. I'll take every endorsement that's given to me, as long as it's a product that I'm using. I won't endorse something that I'm not using. I'm not going to tell you to use something because they're endorsing it. And right now, I'm not getting endorsed by anyone, and I'm telling you, Speechify will change your life, whether you have dyslexia or not. Please, check it out. Let it make a difference in your life. And maybe someday, the founder of Speechify, Cliff Wiseman, will get on here, have a conversation with us, and do the show. Tell us in his own words why he thinks Speechify is the most important thing to have in your toolbox if you have dyslexia, and why he created it for that. Okay, thanks for listening in, everyone. Until our next episode. Unless someone else has something else to say.
Carol did a fantastic job closing out the last episode, and thanks to her, many listeners stepped up to buy a book. It's inspiring to see how our community comes together and supports us. If you want to make a difference, now's the perfect time to act. Buying a book isn't just a purchase, it's how we spread the word and help each other grow. Your support truly matters. Here's how you can help. Log on to davidfandersonsr.com, browse the selection, and read some blog posts, especially I'm All In, which might surprise you. Then, buy a book today and join others in making a positive impact. Thank you so much for listening and being part of this community. Your actions help us reach more people and create lasting change. Let's do this together.
Thank you for tuning in to our show. We're dedicated to shining a spotlight on dyslexia, one episode at a time. Wishing you a great night from all of us at my podcast with David F. Anderson, Sr. See you next time.